So I just read the book of Ezra. And I think that was one of the harder stories that I've read. Shorter, but brutal. The conclusion of is, so you have the Cyrus, the king of Persia. And then Darius is the king that rules after him. He's the king of all the kingdoms of earth. The Lord has given him all the kingdoms of earth. He's to build a temple in Jerusalem because they just got back all the people that were taken by the king of Babylon. And then you have Exeterskis, I think that's how you say it. Later on in the same chapter, he calls himself the King of Kings. And that's when he finally gives Ezra, he becomes the priest, and they're allowed to go finish building in Jerusalem. But it took how long? King Nebuchadnezzar, is he the king of Syria? So he took all the stuff from Jerusalem, brought it to Cyrus, and then Cyrus gave it back to Jerusalem. Did anyone else notice that? Which leads me to think that Cyrus and Arcsidersky, whatever his name is, whatever, fuck I know. They like are in cahoots at some point, because when Darius takes over, Darius doesn't, he listens to God. But the main point that I got to at the end of it, Ezra commands everyone, and it actually made me cry, was how Ezra at the end of it told all the people there to put away their wives. Like, what does put away your wife mean? Can you please tell me? And like, where does it talk about the values? What does it talk about what they stand for? Where does it talk about who they are as a nation, their beliefs, their all it continues to say is foreign women. And like, when they tell them to put away their wives, I don't hear nothing being weighed out about, if you have a foreign wife, you have sinned. Like, for fuck's sakes, man. That is the opposite of unity, and I'm really getting sick and tired of hearing this. Like, you can have bad people within your own people. It doesn't matter where you go. Every family has somebody in their family who is just not quite right. Like, or has a drug problem, or has some kind of issue, okay? Like, it's normal. But like these are our own people, even in our own families. If we have this in our own families, think about it as a nation, as a town, as a city. How many people within our own people don't have it all figured out? I think what it comes down to, actually I know what it comes down to, is the values. Do you have the same values as a set of people? Just because they're your own people. You could have your own son, and your own son not be anything of what you've taught him. Okay? Like, this, it literally broke my heart reading the very last page of Ezra. And how many people was it? 1, 2 people. 2 people opposed not putting away their wives. What does that tell you about the marriages that we have these days? People are just getting married to get married, or are you getting married because you're in love? Because I'm telling you, people who are in love, so that's 2 out of how many people in that nation, if you go back to the beginning? They probably grew too, because some of them, it said some of them had children. 42,360 people. 4 people, because you have to have two to be in a relationship, right? 4 people were in love out of the ones that got married. That's something to think about. I'm going to leave it at that. Because today, if every 42,000 people, every 4 in every 42,000, 43,000 are in love, what the fuck?